The samurai era of Japan, spanning centuries of military conflict, cultural evolution, and technological adaptation, remains one of the most fascinating periods of human history. Among the myriad of artefacts left behind, samurai-era firearms hold a particularly significant place, embodying a fusion of foreign innovation and local craftsmanship. From their introduction in the 16th century to their role in shaping Japan's transition into a modern military, these weapons provide a window into a dynamic and transformative era. Western-style firearms, that is, firearms with an external firing mechanism, were first introduced to Japan in 1543 when Portuguese traders landed on the island of Tanegashima in the very south of the Japanese island chain. Prior to this, other simple types of firearm did exist, but they weren't in great circulation among the military. Alongside other goods, they brought matchlock firearms, which were soon adapted by Japanese daimyos, especially Tanegashima Tokitaka and Oda Nobunaga, and they were eager to gain an edge in the power struggles of the Sengoku period, which was between 1467 and 1615. These matchlocks, which are sometimes referred to as Tanegashima matchlocks, named after the island where they were first introduced, revolutionized Japanese warfare. Prior to this, samurai combat was dominated by archery, swordsmanship, melee tactics, and especially cavalry. The matchlock's ability to penetrate armor and deliver lethal blows at a distance shifted the dynamics of the battlefield. It reduced the dominance of traditional samurai skills and opened up the field to the common foot soldiers who are now better armed and more lethal. This shift in military tactics had profound implications for the feudal system. Access to firearms allowed less wealthy and less skilled combatants to challenge the elite samurai, democratizing warfare to an extent and diminishing the traditional monopoly that they held as a warrior class. This contributed to the eventual unification of Japan under leaders like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Nobunaga in particular recognized the potential for firearms, employing them to devastating effect at the Battle of Nagashino in 1575, where disciplined volleys of musket fire overwhelmed the Takeda cavalry. Preserving samurai-era firearms thus allows us to study this transformative period in Japan's history. The weapons themselves, alongside with written accounts and battlefield artifacts, provide valuable insights into how the technology shaped the balance of power during this intense period of time. After their introduction, Japanese gunsmiths quickly mastered and refined the production of matchlock firearms. Local craftsmen incorporated improvements to designs, adapting them to the needs of the conditions of Japanese warfare. For example, Japanese matchlocks featured a firing mechanism more resistant to the damp climate, and enhancements in accuracy and reliability. And beyond their battlefield aspects, samurai-era firearms were often works of art. Many matchlocks were intricately decorated, with inlaid gold, silver, lacquered stocks, and engraved barrels. Particularly during the Edo or Tokugawa era, these embellishments transformed weapons of war into symbols of status and authority. Samurai commissioned ornate firearms not only for their own militaries, but also to display their wealth and cultural sophistication. Such artifacts demonstrate the duality of the samurai ethos, a commitment to both martial prowess and aesthetic refinement. At the Matsumoto Castle Gun Corps, we preserve these firearms to ensure that this unique blend of artistry and utility is not lost. These matchlock firearms serve as a testament to the skill of Japanese gunsmiths, whose adaptability merged practical innovation and cultural expression. The rise of firearms marked a turning point in the history of the samurai class. As firearms became more widespread, the traditional skills of swordsmanship and archery, which had long defined the samurai identity, began to lose their prevalence on the battlefield. This tactical shift challenged the social and cultural dominance of the samurai, eroding the feudal order that had sustained their way of life for centuries prior. After the Warring States era had come to an end, under the Tokugawa shogunate, the use of firearms was strictly regulated, and Japan entered a period of relative peace known as the Edo era or Tokugawa era. During this time, the role of the samurai evolved from warriors to bureaucrats and administrators. The sword, rather than the firearm, became the primary symbol of status, reflecting an idealized image of their martial heritage. Firearms, though, were still present, and they were regulated for ceremonial use or maintained in armories. Despite their diminished role during the Edo era, firearms resurged in importance during the late 19th century as Japan confronted the pressures of Western imperialism. The Meiji Restoration, which was in 1868, saw the abolition of the samurai class and the rapid modernization of Japan's military, which was now equipped with modern firearms. At times, preserving samurai-era firearms can be a complex endeavour. These weapons are often hundreds of years old and they are susceptible to corrosion, wear and environmental damage. Conservation efforts must therefore balance the need to preserve it and also to maintain the artefact in its original state. In addition to physical preservation, there is a pressing need to document and study samurai-era firearms. Detailed records of their construction, use and historical context enrich our understanding of their historical significance. Alongside the historical and technological importance of the firearms, they also hold an immense educational and cultural value. As physical artefacts, they provide a tangible connection to Japan's past, allowing people to engage with history in a direct and meaningful way. Museums, such as the museum at Matsumoto Castle, and exhibitions showcasing these weapons can inspire curiosity and foster a deeper understanding of the samurai era. In a broader sense, preserving samurai-era firearms helps to keep the memory of the samurai class alive. Whilst the warriors may no longer exist, their values of discipline, resilience and honour continue to resonate in modern Japan. By studying the tools and artefacts of the samurai, we gain an insight into the principles that guided their lives and the legacy that they left behind. The introduction of firearms to Japan reflects the interconnectedness of the early modern world, where trade and exploration facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas and technologies across continents. Preserving these weapons allows us to trace the threads of this global network and understand the profound impact of cross-cultural interactions on human history. The preservation of samurai-era firearms is a vital endeavour that enriches our understanding of Japan's history, culture, and its technological achievements. These weapons, which played a pivotal role in shaping the samurai era and Japan's transition into a modern military, are more than just tools of war. They are also symbols of innovation, artistry, and resilience. If you would like to find out more about feudal-era firearms in Japan, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course you can also follow us on our social media or at www.gunsamurai.com.